Know that now is your only responsibility. Right now. That's it. Just to be here. This moment may seem the same to the cognitive, to the logical. However, there's a knowing that no moment is the same. No moment is the same, just as you are not the same. All of the experiences that have unfolded within the last 7 days have had the capacity to completely change and reconfigure the way that you are, who you were, who you considered yourself to be. An expansion of consciousness based on constant experience. It's not possible to love the same as you did yesterday. It's not possible to love the same that you did last Sunday. There's a new essence, a broader essence, a deeper fabric of love that you have to share with the world. You do that now. How deceiving life can be sometimes. Deceiving. Everything looks almost the same as it did the previous day. I look the same that I did yesterday. However, deep down, there's a divine truth, a universal knowing that I'm not the same. Nor are you. More and more every day we become more and more responsible. This responsibility is allowing us to expand each and every day in our awareness. Beyond the preconceived notions of what life is, who we are, and what we're here to do. The unfathomable is unfolding amongst humanity. And it's necessary that most souls don't even know it's happening. It's the nature of the gift of evolution. It's the nature of the gift of responsibility. Because the spark, the motivation, it has to come from inside. It has to be within you. The knowing has to be within you. The confidence has to be within you. When no one's around, when there's no instant gratification for the work that you do all the time. It has to be that way. That type of motivation, that type of focus and engagement is truly sustainable. This is where you develop leaders. This is where each and every member of our collective can handle the command seat. Where there are no subordinates. Everybody can handle that seat. Because everybody has went through the process of self-development. Developing self-confidence. Developing self-love. Being internally motivated. Truly engaged. Fully invested. Being willing to come to the shore and burn the ships, not being able to return or turn back. There's no plan B. There's only plan A. There's what I've designed for myself and a complete trust of what I've designed for myself, knowing that that's what I deserve. In a way, that means the feeling of love is to feel worthy, to feel needed, to feel acceptance, feel understood, to feel connection. We stated last week, a lot of times we get that emotion, those feelings confused with validation, with likes and shares and all the gadgets of social media that are basically vehicles of acceptance, of approval, likes and shares and comments and energy. And this is where one who's lacking self-love can become addicted to approval. It's just that once again, all of these things remain within your own heart space. Beyond dependency, beyond being dependent on a pat on the back or a pat on the head when somebody thumbs up what you said. Self-acceptance. It's only necessary that you like it, that you enjoy it. It's actually the most important thing. the most important approval is your own thumbs up. Here's one thing to consider that's very important, and one thing you'll recognize the more you spend time with yourself. The more you spend time with yourself, just bear with me, listen. This vastness of existence, everything that is, I recognize that I consider this world to be big. To peek outside of this sphere, to move outside of this planet and be able to see space would be extremely intimidating. And observing all of this, recognize that without you, all of that space would be missing something. All of that space would be missing something if you were not here. And to go even further, in recognizing your own uniqueness, your own harmonic essence to be truly tailored, a one of one, throughout the multiverse, a one of one. There's only one you in the entire multiverse. We're talking about multiple, infinitely present universes. There's only one of you. Whether that means that you're irreplaceable. You're irreplaceable. In all this vastness, as an irreplaceable aspect of the whole, a manifestation of the whole, of the all. It's not rocket science to realize that life needs you. It'd be missing something if you weren't here. There's no other like you that is here. And because you're here, it only makes intuitive sense that you're supposed to be here. And you're necessary. You're absolutely necessary to the whole. Ground yourself in that. Ground yourself in that and expand upon it. Each and every day. I can sit here every Sunday and say the exact same thing. And there would still be more to understand. There would still be more to understand. It would still be necessary for me to say the same thing. I can do this for years. How long does it take for you to truly love yourself? How long? Just now. Beyond space and time, beyond the linear illusion. That's all it takes for you to truly love yourself. Right now. That's it. It's not the sound vibrations that are being expressed. It's the vibration that's between the words. That's between what's being said. That's where the real content is. It's the feeling. It has nothing to do with what's being said. It's the feeling. The future you is attempting to get you to merge with a vibration of energy. And a lot of times this energy will place the same ideas over and over and over again in front of you before you're conscious, only to attempt to get you to edge closer, nudge a little teeny bit closer to that vibration till you truly feel it. Till you truly know what that feels like, what's being said, what's being communicated. The mind is attempting to collect information. The heart just wants you to come home. It's just the embodiment of the energy contained is only developed through repetition, through consistency, through constant humility and wisdom and awareness that's open, and knowing that nothing is truly understood unless vigorously given the energy investment beyond, once again, this arrogance and lack of humility. Once again, only the wise will continue to allow themselves to be open and receive. because the heart is doing nothing but attempting to edge you closer and closer to home. Everything about you is necessary to engage in, to embrace, to truly own. Everything about you. It takes time to be honest. It takes time to be responsible. It takes time to stretch and breathe and eat different and observe your friends and family different, accepting more and more amongst the conversations, allowing your energy to radiate more and more harmony, more and more acceptance, more and more self-love each and every day. It's not an overnight process. It's a practice. And when we talk about spirituality, it's somewhat of a vague box, because at the end of the day, regardless of the labels, there's nothing that's not spiritual. There's nothing that takes place in life that's not spiritual. Where it's like, well, what are we labeling here? Are we talking about incense, or like Florida water, or like what we call meditate? Like, when we box spirituality, what are we talking about? God is at work when I walk to the corner store. God is at work when I'm rolling the J. God is always at work. These type of subtleties are only processed from a deeper seat of wisdom, of recognition, of reflection. These are things that are grasped at a deeper level of understanding, when all is truly integrated and we recognize that life is a celebration. Not only a celebration, a ritual. A magical configuration that I've designed for myself to walk more and more into my own glory, until I start to observe my own regalia, my own glory. And of course, the observation caters to even more and more humility, because I'm continuing to see how brilliant, how subtle, how intelligent I've designed my experience. Absolutely, I'm referring to myself, Tyler. I'm referring to myself. I am at work. There's a deeper level to the I that I'm becoming more and more acquainted with. I've been asleep for quite some time. A lot of us have gotten comfortable being asleep. I swear for Lord, when I was comfortable, oh my God, I was so comfortable. I had the woman I wanted, the crib I wanted, the cars I wanted. We ate at all the restaurants and was jumping on planes and smiling, getting chubby a little bit. It was comfortable. Oh Lord. There's always something deep within. Deep within. That knows when you're lying to yourself. It knows. And just that little teeny bit of discomfort within my heart was able to outrank all the configurations that I made about life in my head. All the projections and illusions and fantasies that I've established in my head about who I am in life and how I get my like all of that stuff. It just took a little teeny bit of discomfort within my heart to take all of that stuff out. I feel like that's how we all get here. You get here to this space because once again, it takes real kahunas. It takes guts to get up. Not only within the self and the dissolving of all the structures you've built on this false sense of self around you, this is something that you know. But the resistance from your friends and family and people you care about, the people that love you and want you to be safe and don't want you to go into uncharted waters. They want you to do something that's secure, something that they know about. Oh, why don't you just do this? Or, All the things that they know bring a deeper sense of comfort that are seated within the illusion. They want you to do that because they have an idea about who you are and they're safe with who they've become acquainted with. They don't want you to change. So not only do you face the resistance of your physical, emotional, energetic environment changing all around you, but of course that includes the people that you love all around you, aiding and assisting and attempting to keep you within this space of comfort. Why don't you just get a part-time job? Just take it slow. You're doing too much. I got it. Relax. You're doing, like, come back to earth. You have no idea how many times I've heard that. Come back to earth. That's a part of the movie too. It's necessary for you to be able to stand alone, to have the fortitude and resilience to stand alone in your own convictions, with courage, with confidence, with trust, with knowing. Do you trust yourself over the opinions of others? Do you trust yourself? Are you going to break because they're teasing you? Are you going to give up the ship because they're teasing you? Or they're picking on you, or you got embarrassed? Are you going to give up the ship? You're here to bring heaven to earth. Are you going to give up the ship? You are here to bring heaven to earth. Are you going to give up the ship? Exactly. We followed our heart to this point. Why would we give it up now? What's necessary for us to harness more of that energy? Harness more of those winds. As they shift, we have to shift the sails. What's necessary to do that? Honoring yourself, cultivating who you are, being more integral, being more and more integral with yourself, more you, trusting yourself more, loving yourself more, valuing the time that you have alone more, being truly engaged with what's in front of you more. Your ability to accept and fortify yourself in yourself through embracing more and more personal authenticity, more integrity, more honor and respect for how you feel, what you like to happen. More of that is going to allow you to propel and allow all to be but more and more springboards for you to jump on into more and more of your own glory. Your future self ain't doing nothing but bringing you to it. And ground yourself in your own sense of presence without losing your cool. You get to keep coming here. You get to keep coming closer until you're here on the throne. Until you get here. I need you to accept what's taking place with humility. Don't get arrogant. Don't start cutting people off and labeling and just listen. I need you to trust what you created for yourself. Yeah, they test it, of course, but this your stuff. It's your stuff. And yeah, you created beautiful characters that, wow, they know how to push your buttons. All these beautiful characters within the hologram, they know exactly how to push your buttons and stir your emotions up. They're going to test you and try you just to develop your own sense of strength. That's all. Just developing your strength. Your trust in yourself, your confidence. Once again, the confidence that you have in yourself is the same confidence that you have in God. How much do you trust God? How much? It needs no defense. The truth needs no defense. It needs no boasting. Gangsters don't say they're gangsters. Just like masters don't say they're masters. We out here. You can feel it. I don't have to say nothing. And the more calm, cool, and collected I am about the responsibilities that I've created for myself appearing throughout my path, the more radiant I become in observing what I created. the more self-respecting I am in observing what I created and accepting that responsibility. Once again, this is where the royal essence comes from. People can feel the amount of personal responsibility that you've accepted about life the moment you walk through the door. In actuality, in many cases, they can feel your energy coming before you even come in the room. Before you even get there. And sometimes that energy is intimidating. A lot of times that energy is intimidating. Presence, beloved. Presence. Acceptance. A true paradox. I'll say it once again. Stillness is the fastest way to start a movement. It's about your presence. Not about the information that you collect. It's about the implementation. The implementation. You can hear it over and over again. Of course, you can memorize it and recite it to other people. It's just that the emotional content has to be there. The feeling has to be there. It's not about what's being said. It's about processing and embodying what's being said. I say again, it's not what I'm actually saying. It's the energy in which I'm saying it that's being transferred. Because you can feel it. You can feel the enthusiasm, the authenticity, simultaneously the gentleness in which what is being said is said. That's the frequency that the future you is attempting to get you to connect with more and more each and every day. The trust of self, the embrace of self, the unconditional love for oneself. You're not looking for anybody outside of you to forgive you. It's about you forgiving you through coming home. Through coming home to that space of being. Each and every day, more and more. The only responsibility that you have is now. Right now. This is what you're responsible for. Focused energy. Right now. This is where all of your genius is. When you are 150% here. 50% here. Not 20% later on. What got to happen next? Who in the other room? What they doing outside? Bothered and scattered with all of your energy. 150% here. Right here, right now. The only reality that truly exists, the only true reality there is, the only reality that truly matters. Here. It's responsible for everything. Here. It's responsible for everything. This is your responsibility. To stay here, engaged, invested, enthusiastic, energetic, open, humble, grateful, engaged. Here, this is your responsibility. You're noticing what existence is doing for you, what existence is showing you. Life is continually showing you more and more new tricks, more and more of who you are. Here, it's showing you there's only one you. You're irreplaceable. It's not possible. Being that you're irreplaceable, the whole needs you. If it didn't need you, you wouldn't be here. Know that. But you're here. So it needs you. The multiverse needs you. You're irreplaceable. There's not another one out here. It's just yours. That's just you. There's not another one out here. The heart is the master. The mind is the servant. The master will sit and allow the mind to play the master. However, this remains the master, and this remains the servant. It will watch. Once again, as these energies continue to bombard this species, this will make itself more and more known through your radiance, through your acceptance of what life is showing, what life is revealing to you, about your purpose, about what you're here to do, about the example that you're here to set for your friends and family and all the people that you consider yourself to love. They need you to be here. And the most effective way in which to love them is to pay attention to what life is showing you. It's the only way possible. You want to love your kids more? Pay attention. You want to love your family more? Pay attention. You want to love your mother and your father and your sisters and brothers and cousins and relatives? Pay attention. You're here to serve. You're here to serve them through your own love for yourself. The love that you have for yourself is the love that you're here to share with your loved ones. Life is attempting to show you how to love yourself more. The only way in which to pay that respect to life, to God, is to pay attention. Your families deserve to see freedom. They deserve to see liberation. They deserve to see unconditional love. They deserve it. Most of all, you deserve it. Know that no one can do what you came here to do. No one else can do what you came here to do. Nobody. Regardless of who you're impressed with and how they look and all the different things and what you feel like you can't do, nobody can do what you came here to do. And nobody's going to do it for you. The only person that could do what you came here to do is you. Yes, your ancestors worked through you. In actuality, in many cases, in many cases, you are your ancestors. Many of you have been here thousands upon thousands of lifetimes. So when you look at those images of those old people, you have to realize that ain't but you in previous lives. And you experienced all that suffering and hardship that you admire and praise, only to be embodied in this body, to praise the struggles from before? No, it's asking you to love yourself more and do the work. Stand on the shoulders of the giants that came before you to do the work of revealing a freedom that humanity has not seen in 13,000 years now. And only you can do it. Because you're alive, you're embodied, you have a body, you're on this planet now, and you have the responsibility. It's not easy at all. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It would be popular. It's not popular because everybody ain't built like that. But you are. Be grateful. Be humble. Love your brothers and sisters. Know that they're trying the best that they can, just as you are. It takes lifetimes of listening to the intuition to come to this place. It takes lifetimes of following the intuition and trusting oneself to come to this place. Know that. Know that. It takes lifetimes of confidence, of trusting the unseen to come to this place. Not only a 26,000 year cycle, but also a 75,000 year cycle coming to is on the cusp of ending in this now moment. And we have the opportunity, because we've done the work previously in this lifetime, to be in this space. Don't feel sad because you're alone, because you're few. Feel honored because you're few. And who we are of the angelic realms of the Galactic Council of the Galactic Federation of Life, and who I am humbly as your Commander Ashtar. Another SunDay Stillness. We got work to do. We got work to do. Love y'all. Let's go.